Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and...
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Houston Texans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. From the shotgun, it's Young. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Look here at the Houston offense.
And they come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A 2nd straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming...
Oh, the ball is in. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the interception, Young. Flushed out right. He finds McCoy. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams...
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Third and long. It's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. It's Young on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ford. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 23 yards, the final tally.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
On 2nd and 11 now, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done. Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Keep going. Touchdown, baby. I see you over there.
And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Badgley on for the extra point. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. They've got this big lead. They said, forget one. We want two. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Big stop, big stop. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Robinson, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So, kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
And they've got that lead so far. 1 interception for him, no touchdown passes. First down, Young. His first running back, McCoy. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the gun, it's Young. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On first down, Blackman. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson, and a dump off here to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Robinson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustment.
He's got a man, complete. Give him 30 yards there. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Young. Escaping the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Don't get nervous. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 53.
To the air once more, Young. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st and 10, Young letting one go deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Young now to throw again. His throw caught at about the 5. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. The final shot before the break. Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start up at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, where it was the Bills who pick up the victory at home. Jameis Winston leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. A 10-point victory in the end. 24-14, the final.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded at the 2. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. A first down throw for Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Young. Over the middle, complete. That's McKinney. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. With his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Watson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Robinson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The surprise 2nd-round pick, Sean Bunting there to get a hand in. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the... Fifth time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me. Trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear.
That is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But it used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. Here's Young from the shotgun. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And just a short gain that time is a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
3 down. Sponge.
They'll try to run this one in. And they'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. Taking it in as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks. That they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two. Way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. He's going to go for a big play downfield, and it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Young on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. The 20. Able to locate his running back. Open downfield. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 46 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next Drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but... He's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now it's Watson. And this is taken him one-handed. What a catch.
Let's go, baby.
75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
Just like that.
Now Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction. Away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Watson. This one caught by Davis. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
The second down throw for Young. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
You see me out here? That's right.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Mike, right, set. Don't get nervous. Ready, go.
And an alley to run. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read.
Here we go. Hey, come on. Set the mic. All day, punk.
First and 10, Young. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown, but it'll be 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Young. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Young now. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you. That's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Watch tight end. Ball trot.
Young working out of the gun. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Well, they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. The throw right sideline here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Texans.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Open man is QT, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Watson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Here's Watson. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. To the air yet again, Watson, and it's incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 44 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. I had to.
We'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Given up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that mmany points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tampa Bay, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss.
acting like they know me, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money, we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over, he in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver. But I'm still a hot boy, cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she love to call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a bosses. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.